Mustafa Sandal, also known as Musti, is a Turkish pop music singer-songwriter, record producer, dancer, businessman, and actor whose albums have sold over 20 million copies worldwide and have achieved diamond, platinum, and gold certifications in Turkey. Regarding his critical and commercial success, Sandal is often considered to be one of the most important singers from Turkey since he emerged in the early 1990s with a revival of Turkish pop music. Born and raised in Istanbul, he primarily studied at Dost Koleji in Tarabya and at Collège du Léman in Geneva, and briefly attended University of New Hampshire's School of Business and Economics in the United States before receiving his BA degree in management from American College of London. His vocal abilities captured the attention of several different recording artists, and following his graduation, Mustafa Sandal became involved in songwriting also for notable singers. He is extremely fluent in English, French, Italian, and Turkish. Musti is famous in Europe for his songs Moonlight, Araba, and a degree Sianka Center in such European countries as Austria, Belgium, Bosnia and Herzegovina, France, Germany, and Switzerland. He is also known in the United States, Uzbekistan, Russia, and Azerbaijan. His brother-in-law is Mirsat Tarwan Kcan, the first Turkish basketball player to play in the NBA. Having been married on January 13, 2008 in Hartale Ottomans Istanbul to the prominent Serbian Bosniak singer Amina Juhovia, whom he met in July 2004 in Bodrum, Muela, he has two sons. The couple's first child, Yaman, was born by caesarean section in Istanbul on August 8, 2008. He weighed in at 3,700 grams. On February 21, 2012, Mustafa Sandal's wife Amina Juhovia gave birth at the American hospital to a baby boy, Yavuz, measuring 51 centimeters long and 3,110 grams. Early life: Mustafa Sandal was born on January 11, 1970 in Istanbul. When he started school, his classmates and teachers quickly realized his talents in music. When Musti heard a song, he was immediately able to pick out the different instruments and their melodies throughout the music. He finished high school at Collège du Léman in Geneva, Switzerland. He then attended New Hampshire College in the United States. After graduating, he went back to Istanbul. During this time, Musti became involved in writing music with many songwriters. In a short time, he began to write his own music and wrote songs for famous Turkish singers, including Aliga 1/4 Aldina Section, Hakan Pika, and Zeranaza. Career: Mustafa Sandal released his debut album Sue Section Bend in 1994. It sold 1.7 million copies and became the greatest-selling album of the year with a landslide victory. During this time, Musti gave 140 concerts throughout Turkey as well as 30 concerts in Europe. He was interested in working with all areas of music and wanted to be not only a singer, but also a songwriter and producer. In 1995, Musti collaborated with Turkish pop singer Sibel Alari in her album Adam, which has sold 400,000 copies. In 1996, Sandal moved to London to isolate himself from fans while preparing his next album. Later that year, he released his second album Gar Paragraph LGDEANA ±, which has sold 2.6 million copies. After the outstanding popularity of this album, he performed 140 concerts throughout Turkey. The third music video of the album for the song Buranda used high clip techniques, which were a first for Turkish fans. Later the same year, Mustafa Sandal produced Turkish pop singer Ada Güzel's album Emanet. Sandal's third album Detay was the first album released from his newly established record label Yarda Productions. In 2000, after the success of Tarkan, Musti signed a contract with Sony Music France and released a compilation album titled Araba. His fourth album, also known as ±YA ±NA Rack, which had disappointing sales, was also released in 2000. However, the duet with Natalia Dusapoulou for the song Harta ±RLA Beni, originally called Elios, sung by Angela Demetria and Dame Darab, became very successful and a huge concert tour visiting Turkey followed. In 2001, Prestige Ma 1/4 Zik, the parent company of Mustafa Sandal's Yada Productions, was bankrupted and he signed into Aralkar Paragraph Say Productions. In 2002, Musti released his fifth studio album Kop, which contained the 2002 hit Bazara Kadar, as well as his first promotional single Kup Mem Laser ±M Fatelsim. In 2003, he released his first Marxi single titled Mustafa Sandal 2003/Moonlight, which included a duet of the Greek folk song Anaveri Fatis, as well as unveiling his first European single Ayar Benza 2003. In his next album 7, Sandal was intended to release songs in English. Yet, due to a series of conflicts with producer Aralkar Paragraph Say, this album was published by Universal Music Group. In 2004, Sandal released his second European single Araba 2004, along with a second version of 7 called 7 New Version, which was not a commercial success. Later in 2004, Musti released his second Marxi single A Degree Ste, which contained the hit A Degree Se Anka Sentar. He also performed the song with Punjabi MC in 2005. On August 11, 2005, Musti released his third single A Degree Se Anka in Europe and later won a gold record for high sales in Germany. The song reached the top 20 of several European countries, peaking at number 4 in Switzerland. Later that year, 7 Reloaded, a third version of the album 7, was released. After disappointing sales, Musti announced that he was taking a career break. During this time, Musti were featured in 3 TV commercials for Muhabbat Kart, a service provided by Turkcell. He also started giving concerts throughout Turkey. During one of his concerts, Mustafa Sandal said that, "This summer has been too quiet. It is again my responsibility to make hits." Due to the fact Sandal's song Yamala ± Tar Paragraph VBLE has sold poorly, caused more tension between Mustafa Sandal and his producer Aralkar Paragraph Say. As a result, his contract was transferred to Sihan Ma 1/4 Zik. Throughout 2006, Mustafa Sandal appeared on Doaia Automobile's safe driving commercials. It was declared on his official website that his 1996 hit Araba would be translated and put into Shakira's next album. It was announced that his album Devama ± Va would be released in December 2006. In 2007, Sandal's radio station Musti FM confirmed on its official website that Devama ± Va's production has been postponed to April 23, 2007, and later to May 19. However, the album was released officially on June 13, 2007. On May 2007, Mustafa Sandal invited Juhovia to Istanbul and showed her 3 tracks he had written for her in his new album. She was deeply affected by them. To promote his album, Musti starred in 3 commercials for Muhabbat Kart with his grandfather Ha 1/4 Say and A Degree Larry, a famous percussionist. Musti also explained in an interview that his grandfather raised him during his childhood and gave him motivation and interest towards music. In an interview with Turkish entertainment show Kanla ±, it was admitted by Mustafa Sandal that he was again in a relationship with Amina Juhovia. Later in June, Sihan Ma 1/4 Zik announced that the album Devama ± Va sold 200,000 copies in its first week and has reached number 1 in all music store listings in Turkey. Overall, 2.3 million copies of Devama ± Va was sold across the world. In 2010, Mustafa Sandal was cast in the movie 5 Minarets in New York that was directed by Masum Kar ± RMA ± R ± Gar 1/4 L. In 2012, Mustafa and Amina Sandal were featured in the TV commercial also known as ± La ± Telefon Hareketi for Turkcell, which aired throughout the year in order to promote the Turkish multinational telecommunications company's smartphone revolution. In February 2013, Turkcell unveiled its second TV commercial featuring the Sandal couple, Maxi Layal and Yada ±. Selected discography. Albums Sue Section Bend, Gar Paragraph LGDEANA ±, Dite, Araba, also known as ±YA ± Nabar ± Rak, Kop, 7, A Degree Ste, Yamala plus or minus tar paragraph VBLER, Divama plus or minus var, charisma, organic. Singles equals, AR Benza 2003, a degree Sianka Centaur. Filmography, Mr. Interactive, TV Total, Wetton, Das. 5 Minarets in New York, Baroldak. Notes. External links, official website, Mustafa Sandal at the Internet Movie Database.